So, kind of doing some long-awaited work on the e39. Got a new oil pan right there, and then also got the diff pretty much pulled, except for that one bolt right there. I don't have a shallow mount 18, so I'll pick one up tomorrow. And then other than that, the diff is fully pulled, the axles are out, drive shaft is off. After the diff is pulled, gonna send it to the homie next week to get welded, and then we're dropping the subframe. And I found a new subframe. I wasn't originally planning on doing this, but since this project has turned into, well, this much of a project, gonna go ahead and replace the subframe while we're at it, because this one's messed up, as well as remove this transmission, get rid of the auto, and 3-pedal swap it. Probably do like the rear main seal while we're at it, just because we have all this off. And then since we're dropping the fucking subframe, replace like these inner tie rods. Probably just might as well, they sell like a whole suspension kit. I might as well just order it because it's not really that expensive. But you know, while we're already here, take a look at those poly bushings too. Ooh wee. But yeah, while we're already here, might as well get everything swapped out and, you know, good, because it's not going to be that expensive. I mean, it's expensive, but not that expensive all in, especially when we're already doing all this work. And I'd rather just do it once, except I am going to have to end up doing it twice because, oh, look at that. The transmission that I'm gonna go pick up, not this coming weekend, but next week. It's a get rag, which if you're familiar with BMW transmissions, isn't really all that strong. But I figured, I mean, I'm getting it for a good deal. ZF trannies are going for like $1,200 right now, and I'm getting this one for a lot less than $1,200. So realistically, all in, probably gonna be about maybe $600 for the full manual swap. Even if it lasts me just a season, at least it'll be manual swapped. And then once it's time to throw a ZF in there, whenever the get right explodes, then it's already all set up. But yeah, we're turning this one into a drift car just because, I mean, it's always had this damage on it, but it's like, it's not really clean enough to turn into a show car. And I've wanted a drift car anyway, so might as well not buy a whole nother car. And might as well just 3-pedal swap this one, kind of like I've been wanting to. And then even with how low it is, welding the diff will do a lot because it likes to get stuck, because it'll start to 3-wheel, and because it's open right now, the 1 wheel that decides to 3-wheel will just start spinning. But yeah, that's where we're at the moment. Should have the diff pulled tomorrow night, and then I'll start dropping the exhaust, dropping the front subframe, dropping the transmission. So yeah, at the moment I have 3 project cars, all of which I want to get done by next year. So we'll see if I run out of money. Oops. Bolt in there now. Let's see what it does. Definitely fall farther. work. Is it stuck on? Well, I was gonna record this because I struggled with it the whole night, but I bought this, yeah, look at my destroyed CV. I bought this little pry bar from O'Reilly's because that was the only place that was open, and I thought it wasn't gonna work, but literally just, and then it just peacefully popped off. So, yeah, I guess that was $30 well spent. Diff is out, and now I gotta crack the case open so that way we can clean it out, and then take it to go get welded tomorrow. Alright, so there's a diff cover off. As you noticed in the video, I struggled for a little bit, probably because I didn't remove all the bolts, but you know, it generally helps. So we're gonna get this all cleaned up and load it in the back of the truck, so that way she can get all welded tomorrow. And if you don't know how welding a diff works, I'm sure most people who are watching this do, but just for, you know, a random person who doesn't. So what you're doing is, this is your pinion gear. This is essentially what, this is directly connected to your drive shaft. So this is what feeds these, which then gets transferred to both wheels. On an open diff, these here are your spider gears. So essentially, they aren't locked in any way, so you can spin them. I don't have a good way to demonstrate that, but you can spin them independently of each other. So basically, just given the laws of physics, it's going to choose the path of least resistance. So whatever wheel starts spinning, in this case, like for example, whenever I was three-wheeling, that's the wheel that's going to get all the power, which is not very useful. And then it also, for drifting, because that's what we're trying to turn this car into, it allows both wheels to be completely locked all the time, so that way you don't have any type of slipping. Because if you've ever drifted on like an LSD, you'll notice that it's not very consistent. Sometimes you'll get the LSD too hot and the clutches will disconnect and it'll turn into an open diff and it'll spin you out. Welded diffs are not as drivable like on a daily basis. But overall, if you're looking to drift, or even if you have a super low car, keeping those wheels tied together helps a lot. So that's what we're doing. I'm gonna get it cleaned up and then I'll show you when it's done. All right, so sorry, this is kind of also my way of checking to see how clean it actually is. I think that's pretty good. But yeah, so the diff cleaned out. Now we load it up in the back of the truck. And tomorrow, I don't know this guy personally, so I'm gonna ask if he's cool with recording. If not, then you won't see, you'll just see the diff afterwards. If so, then you'll see the diff. While I have it out, I might clean it or paint it or something. I don't know, we'll see. So that's the old gasket. So I think we're just gonna throw some RTV on it or something. Because I got the diff cover kind of cleaned up. And yeah, that old gasket, you can see a little bit still on there. It's kind of flaked off. You know, obviously we weren't going to reuse. Oh yeah, kind of like that. Obviously we weren't going to reuse the gaskets anyway, but yeah, I don't. Probably just do some nice RTV instead of ordering another factory gasket. But yes, we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna get the rest of that out. I thought I had recorded the video of me putting the diff in the back of the truck and saying I would ask him if he would let me record, but I guess I didn't when I was going to edit this video. So this is me saying that, but this is in the future. The diff's already welded, and he did let me record. So if you do need a diff recorded, or not, if you do need a diff welded in the state of Washington, if you're in the Puget Sound area, go hit up, I think it's 93, hold on. Yeah, go hit up 93_SC on Instagram if you need your diff welded, $80, and he'll do that shit right. But yeah, this is him welding the diff, and then once the diff is done getting welded, that's the end of this video, and I will see you on the next one. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. This is Baby Rule, blessing you with another video.
So much grams, unzip the bag, dip in my hand, then I palm trees. So when you throw shade, it could never harm me. So when you throw shade, it could never harm me. So much grams, unzip the bag, dip in my hand, then I palm trees. So when you throw shade, it could never harm me. So when you throw shade, it could never harm me. Lions don't lose sleep over the opinion of sheep. On the road to the riches, money sticking to my cleats. I am moi, many feet, skin noir, darky meat. Niggas with the most opinions usually have the least. It's funny how now rappers be on they druggy shit. Downloaded my tape, sat back, study shit.